guys! I'm here to talk to you today about one of my favorite animes. It is called My Little Monster. And just to kind of briefly go over with you what an anime is, for those that may not know, it is kind of a Japanese way of storytelling. And no, it's not just for kids. It is something that adults do enjoy, and the majority of them do. There are some anime that are for children, but a lot of them are a little bit more for the adult side, 18 and older thing. And no, not all of it is with tentacle monsters and grossness. Some of them, yes, they are, so beware. But the one I'm talking about today is actually a really good starter anime. So it's one of those ones that it is kind of more slice of life, which means it is something that is going to be more relatable and have not really any like fantasy oriented things. It's going to be more down to earth. It has like little comedy thrown in here and there, but it is something that's very realistic and is very easy to relate to. The one I'm talking about today, it stars the main girl is going to be Shizuku Mizutani, and she is very school oriented and very focused. Her whole life involves her trying to get a career. She's very serious, doesn't really have any friends or anything like that, and one day she gets told she has to go and get a delinquent to come back to school, and he's a vicious little monster, and he's violent and has a lot of outbursts. He's uncontrollable. So she goes to give him his schoolwork and try to get him to come back to school, and that is going to be Haru Yoshida, and he is pretty much like everyone describes. He is very uncontrollable. He's not used to having actual friends, even though that is something that he does yearn for. As soon as he meets Shizuku, she immediately opens that up to him, and he thinks of her as a real friend, and he is convinced to start going to school. The whole anime itself is only one season, and it is something that you can find on Netflix or Crunchyroll, and that would be with the English dubbed or English subbed, whichever you prefer. English dubbed means obviously it is with English voice actors, where the English subbed is going to be in Japanese, but you're going to have English subtitles down below. I prefer the subbed personally, just because I do enjoy the voice actors for that more, since that is how it was originally meant to be. However, some people find it a little bit easier to get used to the concept with it being in the English format. So this is one of those good starter ones, and like I mentioned, it is only the one season. The manga itself, which is the comic that it is based on, has been completed. So if you wanted to get more of the whole story, then you can look it up online. I personally looked at it, Manga Panda, and that is something that you can look into if you would like. I do say kind of beware of getting too close to it, because I did enjoy the anime. I thought it was really well thought out. I thought it was very hilarious in parts, and it was a good story. However, reading the manga all the way through, it was a little disappointing for me personally. So that is something that you can look into if you would like as well. I believe it is only 13 episodes for the season of the anime, which is really good starter intro to anime if you'd like. So that is something that you can try out, and that way you can get used to the idea and kind of wean yourself into it if that's something that you are kind of interested in getting to know more about. I do highly suggest it. It was one of the first ones that I came across, and I enjoyed it, and it really kind of opened the door for me to start watching other anime and reading manga and trying to get used to it more. So that is one thing that I really did enjoy, and I think you would too. There's a lot of character concepts in it that are very interesting, to say the least. There is a girl that is very kind of self-obsessed. All the guys always fall in love with her, and she's kind of skittish of that. And then there's a guy that's just kind of the good all-around guy that everyone likes. And then there's a guy who gets lost all the time. Like literally everywhere. and he does add a lot of the comedic value to the anime, and I think you would really enjoy it. And so that is something that you can look into, and as I mentioned, that is on Netflix and Crunchyroll, so if you have a subscription to either of those, then you can check it out. I believe there are other sites that aren't exactly the legit sites to watch them on that they are able to, but you can find them elsewhere, I'm sure. But those are the sites that I would prefer to use for it. I kind of tend to stay away from watching anime on Netflix just because they do kind of run them all together. They will say that there's kind of a slice of life anime, and they're like, oh, because you liked this, you would like this, which is kind of borderline softcore porn. So I would be kind of cautious on the Netflix recommendations for the anime genre. They kind of just lump them all into one little group, which I don't really recommend. I would say get some suggestions if you are interested in something like that, and then that way you can know what would be a little bit better for you instead of just going off of whatever Netflix randomly recommends, because I tell you, there are so many different genres of anime, and they kind of just count it as one. So I would ask a few friends. You can get some more suggestions from the internet. There's Crunchyroll subscribers that are really willing to help out for that. And I will be giving some more recommendations later on as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy our Sunday Fun Day, and I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye.